Hello everyone, thanks for joining our webinar today. If you're on this webinar, it's likely because of one or maybe even several reasons. Maybe you've heard of the HCG diet, but you don't know how it really works or what it really is. Maybe you or someone close to you has tried everything and nothing has seemed to work. That's fairly typical for so many of us. Maybe you've even heard of Dr. Orchard and Dr. Crook's perfected system and you wanted a chance to meet them. And probably you've heard of the life-changing weight loss that's come from the HCG diet and you want to know how to experience that for yourself. Well, I believe that in this short webinar you're going to get the answers to all of those questions and many, many more. And we're excited to have with us today Dr. Orchard and Dr. Crook, who are going to walk through what the HCG protocol is and how it works and how they got started and why they have created this system and how it's unique. And as we get them going, and before I bring them on with me, I just wanted you to have an opportunity to hear from some people that have actually used this diet and have seen its results in their lives. Take a quick look.
I went on 2 cycles of the diet and I lost a total weight of 58 pounds and 61 inches.
I lost 14 pounds, 28 inches in 14 days.
I have done 2 cycles of HCG and I lost 25 pounds and 47 inches.
I've lost 40 pounds so far with HCG.
I lost 30 pounds and 30 inches in 21 days.
I lost 18 pounds and 22 inches in 23 days.
I lost 18 pounds in 18 days and went from a size 11 to a size 8.
I lost 30 pounds in 21 days and went from a size 14 to a size 10.
On the HCG lifestyle plan, I lost 27 pounds in 41 days on my first round.
Well, I lost 30 pounds and my pant size was reduced from 44 to 38 inches in the waist, and I'm very proud of that.
I lost 18 pounds, over 28 inches in 23 days on the HCG.
I did HCG for 2 rounds. I lost close to 70 pounds. I have gone from a size 18, 20 down to a size 6.
I lost 23 pounds and 31 inches in 30 days.
So I started at 242 pounds and I got down to 197.
All right, without further introduction, as you can see from those people, this works. So let's find out what it is, why it works, how it works, and how you do it to gain those results for yourselves. So let's kind of jump in. Dr. Orchard, Dr. Crook, thanks for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started. The first question we want to ask is just, what is HCG? People have heard of this diet, but what is the HCG diet?
Well, thanks for that introduction, and it's great to be here. HCG is a hormone. The only time it's found normally in the body is when a woman's pregnant. One of its jobs is to trigger the mom's body to release her stored fat. Now, stored fat is pretty much stored calories, and those calories are actually designed for the fetus. So even if mom's got morning sickness for 9 straight months, can't keep any food down, the fetus is still getting calories to function off of for fuel from the mom's stored fat. So when you're not pregnant and you're taking the hormone, or when you're male taking the hormone, it still has that effect of releasing your stored fat. And it's your body that uses that as fuel. On the diet, you're only eating between 500 and 600 calories usually. And that's not a lot of calories, but the drops themselves are usually pulling out between 1,200 and 2,000 calories a day. So you have the 1,200 plus say the 500 that you're eating, that's 1,700 calories, and that's a very normal amount of calories. And that's how you can be on this diet and not feel like you're just starving to death. Now, any other time you were going to go on a 500 calorie diet, you would most likely lose weight, but you would feel miserable. It would throw off your metabolism, and it probably only last for a short time. It just would not be healthy. And that's a difference between the HCG diet and just a low-calorie starvation diet.
Now, what makes HCG so unique from other weight loss? I know that certainly the strictness of the protocol and some of the aspects of it make it unique, but what makes it unique to the degree that it works inside of your body differently than maybe just your typical weight loss approach?
Well, one of the biggest differences that it does is as we're doing the HCG, it literally resets the hypothalamus gland, which is one of the master glands of the body. That helps us trigger the pituitary gland, which controls every aspect and the entire endocrine system of the body. And as we take a person through the whole protocol, we're resetting the entire endocrine system as we do this. So we reset the weight point. All of us have a certain weight point that we're all within 3 to 5 pounds, and we kind of fluctuate up and down, and we do that often. Well, this automatically just drops that. It resets the endocrine system, but it resets our body at a lower weight point so that we vary, our 3 to 5 pounds, but we're doing that at a 20 to 30, 40 pound weight reduction, or those that have more than that. I mean, we have patients that have gone up to 160 pounds. So, I mean, it varies widely, and it's just a matter of what we've got to do and how much a person has to lose to drop that, to reset their body, reset their endocrine system, to allow their entire body to function and work the way it was created to.
The thing that we like the most is resetting the brain and the endocrine system, but also a lifestyle change. As you're on this, you develop long-term lifestyle habits that will carry you out throughout the rest of your life and keep the weight off and keep you feeling healthy and at your optimal condition.
I always tell my patients as I'm working with them directly, that's my favorite part of this entire diet, is literally watch you change. I watch people's bodies change shapes, sizes, the way they carry themselves, the excitement towards life, the vigor, the energy that all of a sudden they start to exude, and their entire lives change. All of a sudden, people who are down become up, and it's a life-altering event that happens and occurs.
And many times, we'll have people come back in the office, and they'll look at me like I should know them, and I'll be like, they're smiling at me, so I smile back, and they're like, you probably don't remember me or recognize me, but 3 months ago you started me on this, and I'm 30 pounds lighter. Their face is different, their body's different, just their whole countenance is just a complete person to where we don't even recognize them.
Now, how did you guys actually get started with HCG? I know that this was not something that you had done in your clinic previously. I know that you've been doing it for about the last 2 years, but inside of that, how did you kind of come upon this and discover it for your office?
I had a couple of patients come in, and they says, Doc Orchard, please don't think I'm nuts, but I want you to kind of monitor my body as I go through this. I'm desperate, I'm tired, I'm overweight, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but this is what I want to attempt. And they kind of took me through the steps of the HCG diet, and sure enough, I thought they were absolutely insane. But I thought, well, no big deal. As they come in, I'll tell them how unhealthy this is, and we'll get them going a different direction and help them out. Well, as they came in week by week, I saw them completely change right before my eyes. We started eliminating their medications. We started getting them off even a lot of their supplements because they were healthier. I saw their bodies change shapes, sizes. I mean, their countenance was different. All of a sudden, it was a life-changing, life-altering event that was occurring and not just a simple diet. I found that this diet was actually set up and doing everything that I'd been attempting to do for 13 years, but it had thrown the entire picture and the entire game into it, so we're doing an entire lifestyle change and not just a food change.
So you have lost 50,000 pounds through your office. That was
just in the year 2009.
That
just in
is
1
amazing.
year's time.
That's fantastic. Well, that's almost mind-boggling. I'm a little bit speechless. 50,000 pounds. That's I would love for a good chunk of those to be mine, actually. Hey, next kind of question here then is, if people can't come into your clinic to work with you and participate in this, what do you have for them? What do you do? I know you have a system out there, but what does that system do for these people?
Well, we created a website, not only for our patients that are in our office, but we also wanted to create a scenario because we were getting multiple calls from people who were much further away from our office and couldn't come in and still wanted and were seeking our help. And so we devised the website. Through that site, we literally simplified it. It's just step 1, step 2, step 3. We take this diet step by step to help educate and help people understand what it is, what it's about, and the exact steps and protocol through the diet to make it successful. We have on there a place where every morning as you get up and weigh yourself, you get to enter that in. It automatically charts and creates a graph for you. So it has that visual effect and gets you excited and pumped. And I have many patients call and say, man, I find myself getting up every morning just to see that graph go down because it keeps going on this downward spiral, and I just love it. We created an area on there where you get to plan your menus out. And through that prints out your shopping list, trying to make it easier for you. We've got recipe and menu ideas for you. But the number one, probably most important thing on that site is we're on there every day. There's hundreds of questions. We ask people, please read through the questions that are on there, because 99% of anything you can dream of asking us has already been asked and answered. But every day we have other questions, and we're on there helping people personally succeed and make it through the pitfalls or downfalls that they may be seeing. And on that website we also have all of our tricks and our tips that we have seen to help people be that much more successful on there. And it's a well-rounded website that has us personally there and just guiding you all the way through the entire protocol.
So you have a tips and tricks section. Now, is that what do you have? And you don't have to give away all your bags of tricks here, but you guys have something that is different from the original HCG protocol, or is it fairly similar or the same as the original?
We follow Dr. Simeon's original protocol fairly closely, but we live in a different time. He started this in the 50s, and there's a lot of different changes that have happened since then, and every person's body is different. I haven't found one person that's been exactly the same, and their body hasn't reacted exactly the same. And so the benefit of working and being monitored by one of the docs is that we can customize it for you. If you're having problems, we troubleshoot them. We can't see you necessarily in person. You may live thousands of miles away, but it's still personalized.
So when someone's using your system, they're going to learn the things that you guys have found to be completely unique in this. What about the people who just want to go out there, if they just go buy drops somewhere and read Dr. Simeon's manuscript? I mean, what's the difference between doing that and working with your system?
Well, the thing we have found is we've seen thousands of people. We've worked with them personally. We've created a few variations of the diet where we have found it's much more successful. And as we've troubleshooted and helped all these people get through it, we've created a scenario where we feel it's pretty foolproof. We use the homeopathic formula of the HCG, which is the energy or the fingerprint of the hormone without using the actual hormone. It's a natural product. We've had this in our office for years and years and years. We normally use that in helping to balance out females' hormones or helping females get pregnant. The dosage on those bottles are for those particular instances. For the diet, the dosage has to be much higher for the body to start releasing those fats and the stored calories. So we've been able to create this system so that it is very beneficial for the actual weight loss rather than treating other symptoms.
We'd really like to thank Dr. Orchard and Dr. Crook for taking your time and being here with us. We just truly appreciate it. It's been very educational, and I'm still in shock over the 50,000 pounds that were lost in the office just in 1 year. That's exceptional, and really hope that everyone out here recognizes that that's just a sign of hope for you as an individual. If you've been looking for something, looking for an answer to lose weight, I think that you've found it. I've personally been through this system and used every ounce of it myself. I went on the HCG diet. I lost 18 pounds in 23 days, which was just phenomenal for me. I worked directly with Dr. Orchard and Dr. Crook, and that's why I'm so supportive of this system. I watched other people doing this diet at the same time as me who did not have the tools, did not have the support, didn't have access to ask people their questions when they had them, and they felt alone, and they certainly didn't get the same results that I did. And so I know that as you go through this, you're going to love the support and the tools and what you get in this system, and it's going to work for you. Now, I know there's several people that are on here that maybe you've tried a lot of things to lose weight, and perhaps it has affected you emotionally. You may be lacking in hope. That something out there could work for you. But I believe that today you've found your answer. Take the chance to change your life. One of my favorite quotes says that every day holds the possibility of a miracle. Well, today just might have been the introduction of you to your miracle. And we look forward to working with you. The doctors, again, Dr. Orchard and Dr. Crook, we're so appreciative of your time. Hope everyone takes the opportunity to make today the first day of the rest of your life. Have a great one, everyone, and we'll see you soon.